Alright, Resurrection Mary was a gimme. Here's a Chicago story I bet you haven't heard. That of Tillie Klimek, Chicago's famous husband killer. After immigrating with her parents from Poland, 4-year-old Tillie Klimek grew up in what was known as Chicago's Little Poland, gaining a reputation for her superb cooking skills. And that helped her bag her first husband at 18 named Józefa Mickiewicz. And as she grew older, she gained another reputation as a bit of a psychic. She could predict deaths. At first, this manifested as dreams about neighbors and distant relatives, but then in 1914, she dreamt about the demise of her husband of 20 years, Józefa. But his death wasn't a surprise. Lately, Józefa had been getting sicker and sicker and sicker, and finally, after just a few weeks, he passed away, allegedly of heart trouble. And Tillie inherited $1,000. So Mr. Mickiewicz died in January, and by the end of February, Tillie had found herself a shiny new husband, Mr. Joseph Ruszkowski. I'm sure word got around about newly single Tillie, her cooking skills, and her insurance bonus. But soon, Tillie started dreaming about him too, and by the end of May, Mr. Ruszkowski was dead as a doornail, leaving her with $2,000. And once again, she found somebody else to cook for, Mr. Joseph Gronkowski. And Tillie whisked her new boyfriend to the very romantic city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and pushed for a proposal. But she boofed it when she accidentally let slip how her second husband died, and Mr. Gronkowski said, "Time to go." Tillie was out of her mind. She threatened to go to the police and say he violated the Mann Act. And he said, "Let's go, babe. I'm gonna tell him how your husband's died." And she said, "Hold on, let's kiss and make up." And she whipped up a batch of homemade candy for him and his sister, which, surprise, surprise, made the sister violently ill and killed Mr. Gronkowski. Somehow this woman bagged another husband with her pierogies from heaven, and her and Frank Kupsik got married in 1919. Now, things with Frank were different. First of all, they were married for years and not months, but they were not happy years. Tillie could often be heard taunting Frank, saying he was inches away from death. Sure enough, Frank got sick and Tillie was delighted. In fact, her landlady recalls Tillie asking her if she could store a coffin in their basement because they were on sale for $30. Tillie would have loved Costco. And as Frank wasted away in a bed in the living room, Tillie sat next to him, stitching the hat that she would wear to his funeral. And in his final moments, Tillie celebrated, flipping on the Victrola and grabbing his ear and yelling, "You devil, you'll never get up again." Now, we do have some unverified anecdotal evidence that Frank was abusive, and if so, I get it, but it's still murder. Tillie inherited $675 and did not stop there.